안녕하세요. Today we are going to make some kimchi.
I'm starting off with a little bit over 10 pounds of Napa cabbage. We're going to take the cabbage and we are going to cut it in half, and then we're going to cut it in half again to make quarters. We'll chop off the bottoms and place them aside. You want to pull out the center since it's small, and you can cut that into bite-sized pieces. And then you'll take the remainder quarter, cut that in half so you can also have bite-sized pieces. And then you'll just repeat these steps for all the rest of the cabbage.
These end pieces, I put in my pig bowl. You will now take your cabbage after it's chopped and you'll wash it at least 2 to 3 times. I'm doing mine in batches.
After your cabbage is done being washed, you will then go and strain it, put it in a big container, and you will now salt it with your sea salt.
Now you finish up until you get all the rest in a pot. Now we're gonna just gently mix this all together. I have all 10 pounds of my cabbage in here now. Trying to get the salt to get through there evenly. So I tried to cut everything into nice little bite-sized pieces. We all love kimchi. It is very good for you. This is like Korean sauerkraut with a kick. Oh, I can feel all the water coming out. All right, so I'm going to let this sit, and I will come back in 30 minutes and I will turn it again. And as this is sitting, we are going to make our yum yum paste. Okay, so we're going to get a pot, put 3 cups of water in. We're going to throw this on high heat with a half a cup of sweet rice flour, which I keep stored in a mason jar. All right, and you're gonna need a whisk. So we'll have that half cup of sweet rice flour. Okay, so it's gonna be about 5 minutes or so until it starts to kind of like bubble a little bit, but we don't want it to burn. And then we will add some sugar to it.
Stirring, make sure you don't burn the bottom, and add your sugar to it.
While that is going, you get yourself a food processor ready. So you're gonna need a cup of garlic. Well, I'm showing you this because to peel my garlic easier, I just throw lots of garlic inside of a mason jar. All right, so for a cup of garlic, I just put a whole bunch inside this mason jar. And I'm going to shake. Get your exercise on. So we'll go see how the garlic came out. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So we'll go and get our 1 cup of garlic worth, and then we will throw that into the blender, into the food processor. That's what's called. Blender, food processor, or whatever you want to call it. I still have my porridge over here cooking. It's not ready. Okay, we will add our 1 cup of garlic to the food processor. We will also add 1 chopped onion, which I will chop and toss in there too. I have the porridge cooling over in the sink. If you want to cool it faster, you can always give it like a water bath. But currently, I just have it sitting over there, off the heat. Or whole onion, throw that inside of the our food processor bowl. Woo! That onion. Woo! I'm also gonna add 3/4 cup of fish sauce. And if you don't like this, you can leave it out and you're gonna have to, I guess, add a little bit more salt if you don't like the taste of fish sauce. I'm also going to add ginger. Ooh, the smell of that. It just smells wonderful. If you know what fish sauce smells like. Yes, that is sarcasm for those who do know what fish sauce smells like. All right, that goes inside of there too. I'm adding ginger. This nice size chunk of ginger. Dry pellet. Ooh, all I can smell right now is the fish sauce. Oh man. If fish had a like rear end, that's what fish sauce smells like. But we'll just rough chop this. And that goes into there too. And what am I adding? I'm adding a pear. Peel this too. Last of all, I'm adding a 1/2 cup of miso paste. White miso paste. 1/2 cup of white miso paste. This actually, I'm gonna add to that porridge that's cooling down. It'll help it cool down. Here we go, lovelies. Just giving it a gentle turn again. Look at all that water on the bottom that's coming out of the cabbage. There's everything from the food processor that we just pureed. Look at that. Now I'm gonna add that 1/2 cup of miso paste to my porridge over here. You can see it's still steamy a little bit. Hopefully this miso paste will cool down a little bit. This is the 1/4 cup. So 2 of these make a 1/2. So I'll mix that in here. Let this continue to cool down. Okay, now we're going to combine the cooled off porridge with everything that we got from the food processor. I'm gonna mix that together. We're gonna add a red cayenne pepper powder. I'm adding 2 cups. So it can be spicy. You can make it extra spicy by adding by adding more. Or you can make it less spicy by adding less. It's up to you. But I'm going to start with 2 cups. Woo! It smells good. You know what it smells like? Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Exactly like Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Now we're gonna combine these together. Looking good. I'm gonna chop up 2.5 bunches of scallion and 2 huge carrots I got from my Imperfect Food Box. We're now going to strain all the water out of the cabbage. Then we're going to wash it to remove some of that excess salt. Strain it again and reset. I'm going to go julienne these carrots so I can add them in there too. We're gonna mix the carrots along with the scallions. into our yummy paste. Smells so good. Oh, I can't wait to have some. I have 2 cucumbers, so I figure I'm gonna throw these into the kimchi too. So I'm gonna peel them, seed out, scoop out the middles, and throw these in there too. I'm also gonna julienne them up. Now for this part, you wanna make sure you put on some gloves. And don't touch your eyes. Now make sure you have some gloves. We are going to mix our porridge with our cucumbers and all fun in there with our cabbage. You can do it in batches to make sure, like, not batches, but like little by little to make sure everything's all incorporated. There we go. So we'll put a little bit of cabbage down. Oh, there's still water coming out. There's a lot of water in there. Let's see if I can put it in a strainer. Keep trying to strain this water out of there. All right, put some of this in. And we are going to just rub it on. See, that looks pretty good. Some more down. Cover it pretty good. All of it. It's all mixed up and finished. Time for me to get some sanitized jars.
I boiled jars and lids to kill any living bacteria that might be on them. That's my way of sanitizing. I packed the kimchi inside of the jars while they're still hot, and I also use a pair of chopsticks. You can use a spoon or a butter knife to make sure there's no air bubbles inside of your jars. I also topped off every jar with a salt water brine. It's 1 teaspoon of salt per 1 cup of clean water.
So we have 6. Yeah. 6 quart and 1 little, this is not a pint, this is 1 cup of kimchi. We have a teeny bit left, but not worth like doing anything with them. Just let everybody eat that for samples. And make sure you get all the air bubbles out by pushing it down and packing the jars as tightly as you can. Put the lids on loosely, or actually I'm just gonna sit the lids on. I'm gonna go wipe around the rim.
Make sure that you put the jars inside of a tray that has like a lip around it, because these jars are going to bubble and you're going to have juice everywhere. So that's why mine are inside of pans or any type of container you can find that's going to hold whatever liquid's going to bubble out of these.
This one sit here like that. All right, I got them all on a tray. The lids are not tightened, and I'm going to put them in a nice dark room for 2 days. So I stored it in my area where I make my wines. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with anything. And that is how we make kimchi. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share with your loved ones. Give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more. And see you next time. Ayang, que sayo.